Here we are given two functions and asked to find the composition of the first with itself and the composition of the second with itself, and also find the domains of those functions. So first of all, we'll look at the composition of the function f with itself. Might seem a little strange at first, but we're going to apply f to what f takes x2. So since f squares anything it sees, we'll be evaluating f of x squared. Once again, since f squares anything it sees, we will be getting x squared squared, or x to the fourth. Now this time, if we look at what happens to x, f is applied twice. The first time we get x squared, the second time we get x to the fourth. In each case, the domain is all real numbers. And so the domain of the composition of f with f is all real numbers, or the interval from negative infinity to infinity. Now for g composed with itself, it will take x to what g takes the result of g of x2. Since g takes the square root of 5 less than what it sees, we'll have g of the square root of x minus 5. Again, since g takes the square root of 5 less than what it sees, the result here will be the square root of the square root of x minus 5 minus 5. A rather complicated looking function. To find the domain, first of all, when g is applied the first time, we get the square root of x minus 5. When g is applied the second time, we get the square root of the square root of x minus 5 minus 5. Both of these will have restricted domains. So in the first case, the x minus 5 has to be greater than or equal to 0, so x must be greater than or equal to 5. In the second case, the square root of x minus 5 minus 5 must be greater than or equal to 0, since we're taking its square root. So the square root of x minus 5 must be greater than or equal to 5. Now, I can square each side and get that x minus 5 itself has to be greater than or equal to 25, which says that x must be greater than or equal to 30. And so when we look at both of these restrictions on the number line, we have 5 and we have 30. In one case, we're looking at numbers greater than or equal to 5. In the other case, greater than or equal to 30. We need the intersection of those two. And so the domain for the composition of G with G will be x greater than or equal to 30, or in interval notation, the half closed interval 0 to infinity. You can confirm this by graphing the function and seeing that the graph will only occur when x is greater than or equal to 0.